In a world filled with sissies, snowflakes, and spineless morons, we have to provide you with our disclaimer. So here it goes. The following is for entertainment purposes only and is purely the opinion of Fallout Shelter's host, Pat Mitchell and Tino. You should not construe any information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Oh, and one more thing. If you don't have a sense of humor, then you're probably in the wrong place. Enjoy.
Hey gang, I listen to Fallout Shelter all the time. And if there's one wicked awesome piece of advice that Trick and Tino taught me, it's this. Day trading is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably crap. Yeah, you can't find that kind of education anywhere else but right here. It's freaking sweet.
I don't know about that, man. That was supposed to be Peter Griffin.
Yeah, I think he got hit by a 2x4 or something. I don't know.
That was fucking brutal, man. That was pretty bad, eh? I didn't hear even an ounce of Peter Griffin.
It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like, Peter's seen better times, I think. Maybe he's hit some hard times. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe Lois is leaving him.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he's on pills and he's like chewing his face off
exactly.
and can't make eye contact with people.
Yeah, sounds
looks like the motherfucker too, eh? Like,
yeah, sounds like somebody very familiar.
Yeah, very familiar. Episode 36, baby.
Yeah, man,
love it. What a crazy day today, Tino.
Yeah, it was.
I know you're well aware of the crazy day.
Yeah.
But how was your day? Fuck my day. How was your day?
It was good, man. You know, I saw CMG. That's got to be the top, right?
No, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take a stab at it. I fucking kept missing it. And I also made a deal that because of a pretty lucky or unlucky or however you want to look at it trade, that we're going to get in and discuss.
Yeah.
Which really just proves my point about the whole P&L thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to talk about CMG, so don't let me forget, because been on my watch list and stalking it, and I fucking missed it.
Yeah, I know. I was watching it too, and
but members caught it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that are in it right now, so no, I'm happy with that. As long as they catch it, fuck, I'm okay. I'm good.
Where'd they take it?
They got in on that, I believe, the double top, and then some other people got in on the push back into the Voodoo line.
Yeah.
And then some people caught it on the push back into the VWAP. So, cool. Yeah. So there's a few different entries that you could have grabbed very easily. And man, all afternoon I was staring at it like, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. It's going to come down. It's going to fucking wash out. 100%, man.
Yeah.
100%.
I think
Didn't take
it's
because that would break my rule.
It's definitely going to hit the 9 on the daily, you think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's, just to show people what we're looking at here. Might as well get right into it with Chipotle. Chipopes.
Yeah.
So CMG has had a massive run into earnings. Earnings are still a little ways away, not till February 6th. That's not till what, next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's next Wednesday. So we have over a week. And I was kind of thinking it was going to top out here. This is the first time I called a short. We caught it on this day. Not too bad. It wasn't a swing. I didn't like what it was doing towards the end of the day, so I got out. Then it ran up some more. I haven't really been watching it up until this day. Obviously, this dirty hammer candle. Okay? So, started watching that, and it held. It held those lows, give or take a few pennies. And you got to give CMG, Chipotle, lots of room because it's a low floater. Okay? So, because of the low float, it may not hold support and resistance perfectly. That's what makes it a little difficult, right? And you got to give it that little bit of extra wiggle room. So anyways, it rallied. And then it gapped up. And then from that gap up, that was it. I said that's going to be it. I said it may magnet to 550, but man, I think it's done. Sure enough, it was.
Yeah.
So going back to the intraday, this is what I'm talking about. Members caught it on this double top, and then this other push here, and a couple times into the VWAP. And I'll fill you guys in on something. When you start seeing it round like this on the way down, putting in constant and consistent lower lows, right, and higher lows, you gotta take it, man. You gotta take it. Risk at the high of this range, right, for a minimum. If you want tight risk, if you use smaller size, that's fine. You could go here. If you use even smaller size, you can go here. You use even smaller size, you could go to high of day. Okay, it's all about your risk. And had you taken that, and a shitty entry, nothing even like fucking top notch, from let's say 537 50s to end of day, you're looking at 5.5 points. Nothing huge on a $500 stock, but the trade was there, right? And it's going to come down further. It may take a quick pop in the morning to 534, maybe as high back as this 536 60s, but it's done. I really think it's done. The only problem is, I don't know if it's going to consolidate or come back to the 9 EMA. The short-term target, because we only have a few days or a week till earnings, is the 9 EMA. But had you caught it at that double top and walk it back to the 9 EMA, you're looking at over 20 points.
Crazy.
The trade's there. Yeah. And the thing is with this, because it had such a massive fucking run-up, even if Chipotle has blowout earnings, even if they have blowout earnings, it's not going to fucking gap up huge, man. It can't. It's already priced in. The move is priced in. It's only down from here. Only down from here. Let's say it gaps up. It'll take a quick pop in the morning after earnings, and then that's it. Let's say they had blowout earnings, right? What's it going to do? It's going to pop up to this area, maybe, and then just fucking die. You're going to have all these people dump, man. All these people dump. Period. Yeah. End of story. And some people don't like Chipotle because when you look at the volume, it's shitty volume. But I'll tell you what, when you catch it on panic days, volume's huge. Volume's more than enough, and it becomes, the spreads get tight and the whole nine.
Yeah.
It's about anticipating that bigger movement. So that's what I wanted to point out with Chipopes, man. Yeah, great one. Yeah, quite a few members caught that one. Like I said, I didn't take it for a reason because of a lucky trade that happened this morning, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, what else is new, fuckface? You like living back in Las Vegas or what?
Yeah, it's good. The weather out here is beautiful. It's kind of weird, I do kind of miss the winter, but that's because I'm not in it, And after talking to you and what you're going through, you got some big stuff coming. Man. I'm torn. I like it out here. I like the weather, but my other half, my sister, my twin sister, she's on the East Coast, and I miss her and my nieces. But, it's going to be a good year, though. I'll go back and see them a lot, So, because that's what's important, really, is family. You know what I mean? We all do this for a reason. And the reason I'm doing this is, number one, I think you and I both believe in the bigger picture. Yep. And number two, to be able to spend that time with my sister and my nieces, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely,
just remember that, guys. There's a bigger picture for everybody out there. And don't just be consumed with making the money right now. Think of long term. Think of the freedom. Think of years from now. Yeah. And you just got to believe in it and trust the process. And
work at it and just keep grinding because it'll happen.
It will.
7 years later, from when I started this journey, I'm about to make a huge step.
Yeah.
I finally said, fuck it, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm moving to fucking Costa Rica. So, permanently. I'm going to make it work. Really excited about it. And for those of you interested, I think it's going to be pretty cool. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start vlogging. But it's not like a traditional, like, travel vlog. That I have no interest in at all, right? So, basically what I want to do is I want to start going from basically start to finish. It's going to be called Reset. Mm-hmm. And what the reset is about is, well, it's about resetting. It doesn't matter what. Hold on a second.
Like reset that dog.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, shithead. Hey, hey. Numbnuts, fucking moron.
What's
so
Steve?
You know?
Oh, no, never mind.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know why he's barking. There's nothing going on. There's no noises. There's no nothing. He's scared of his own shadow. Ever since we moved to this house, man, and we found out what it is. We'll get back to the reset. I gotta fill this in. So just because other people might have this problem. So before we got this house, we had an apartment in the city. We are up on the fourth floor. So he would always be up on the balcony. So he was at a height advantage. And for a dog, they usually don't have like a height advantage, not like a cat. So because he had that height advantage, he felt invincible, okay? Nothing could get at him. He could watch. He could just kind of evaluate the situation. So when we moved here, now he's on ground level. Now he's at everybody else's playing field and he's a total pussy.
Oh, really?
That's what it, yeah, that's what it is. Some like dog psychology 101 for you guys.
What did Steve Martin name his dog in The Jerk? Wasn't it Shithead or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a long
Classic
fucking time.
movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
So anyways, back to Reset.
Yeah.
So what Reset is, episode 1, I need to wait for Chrissy to get back. She's traveling right now. She'll be back here in maybe a week, something like that. So when she gets back, I can finally shoot episode 1. And this Reset is going to detail everything you need to do in order to reset. That's not like education, but it's obviously a learning process for me. Like, I've never been through anything like this. I've been outside of Canada once. I've been to LA, Disneyland, when I was like fucking 8 years old. And like, that's it. So this is going to be a big step for me. But I need to take myself out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Tino and I have had this discussion before. I can trace back every leap up of success I've ever had. And it is always attributed to taking myself out of my comfort zone. Doing something I would never fucking do.
You have to.
And you give it a little bit of time, and the universe rewards you, man. I'm telling you.
You
guys live in these lives, and I don't want to hear money as an excuse. Oh, I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the money to do that. I'm not talking about fucking moving to some tropical fucking paradise, man. Or some jungle, depending on how you look at Costa Rica. It's not about that. It can be small things, right? If you're working some bumfuck job that you absolutely hate, quit. Quit tomorrow. Quit tomorrow. Do what's right for you, and the universe will reward you.
Yeah.
The next day, something will come up, and you'll be in a better situation.
That's what happened with me. You know,
I can see the emails now. You motherfucker, you told me to quit my job. Now I'm fucking homeless and my wife left me.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to say, man. I guess the universe don't like you.
Yeah.
But, resetting, it doesn't matter how old you are, man. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're at.
It doesn't, man. It doesn't.
It's, anything that may be scary at first,
it becomes less scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yep.
You know what? And no matter what it is you want to do in life, you're probably going to suck at it when you first start. Every expert was a beginner at one point, right?
Yeah,
so no matter what you try and do, you're probably going to suck at it at the beginning. But that's normal. But if you keep with it, you're probably going to suck a little less. And then after a while, you're probably going to be pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We all have to start somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
And like you said, and like I've preached before, man, you're never too old to change your life in an instant. You have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You have to feel that.
Yeah.
And that'll make you stronger.
Yep.
And then once you feel uncomfortable, you get a little used to it, and then you start to feel comfortable where you used to feel uncomfortable. And you grow, you know?
Yeah. See, I'm one that has always understood myself that once I feel stagnant and I start getting in a slump, it usually lasts 6 months to a year, and then I say, fuck it, and I do something drastic, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck around.
I'm like the same way. You know, I'll just make a
Did
big
that
move.
with my ex-wife, man.
Yeah.
Right? One day I was just like, no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to like live this whole fucking facade about, I just, it's a completely long story, but I don't know. I don't think I was really ever in love with her. I think it was convenient. And I mean,
you were comfortable.
Yeah. And I don't like being comfortable, man,
Yeah.
because when you're comfortable, you completely stagnate, man.
You get complacent.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to this guy, you know, when I moved back home, and we went to this there's a carnival in town that comes every summer, big carnival, you know, and that's where you run into people you grew up with. So I run into my buddy, haven't seen him in years. Hey, how's it going? You know, we start talking. I'm like, hey, let me ask you. So what are you doing these days? He goes, I'm still doing insurance. He's been doing the same job for 20 years. I go, wow, good for you, man. I go, do you like it? You know what he said? He goes, no, not really. After 20 years, I go, well, why don't you do something different? And he looks at me, he goes, you know what? That's a good idea.
I don't think a lot of people think about that they can.
No, that's the thing, man. We are brainwashed since after high school. You're told to go get a job that you're going to have the rest of your life. Yeah. That's old school thought.
Yeah.
You know, we live with technology today, we live in an amazing society where you can learn whatever you want in an instant.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, look what we're doing. I mean, we are totally using that to our advantage to help people's lives.
Of course.
Basically, you know?
Yeah, man.
So it's funny when people don't even see it. They don't even realize they have that choice, you know?
No. You know, it's funny that you say that because I just had a conversation with my dad, and I got fucking itch in my nose. My dad, he worked for a company that has been around for 100 years. This fucking company's been around forever. Well, they closed their fucking doors. He's been out of work since, when did they close that? December or October? No, October. So, you know, he's obviously getting old enough for retirement and stuff like that. But there's a lot of blue-collar guys out there, they just don't know what the fuck to do with themselves when they retire or don't have a job. And I told him, like, why the fuck are you living here still? Like, why are you living here? Like, what does it matter? And I'm like, why don't you just, you know, sell the house, sell all your shit, and go move somewhere. Move somewhere and go live like a king for, like, a fucking 52 cents a day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't get it. And he goes, yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, and just kind of stunned. Right?
You know what I think a lot of it has to do with? You get to a certain age. This is how I was when I was in Vegas before I ended up moving. For the last couple of years in Vegas, I was like, man, I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? And I would talk to my sister about it. I'm like, you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of being my age, going to a new place where I have to start all over again.
Yeah.
I got to meet people. You know, I don't go to clubs anymore. Like, where am I going to meet people anymore? You know, how am I going to network? I have such a network out here. I know if my card breaks, I know where to get it fixed. You know, this, you know.
Where are you going to go smash some ass?
Dude, well, you know, that... I do the 5-knuckle shuffle all the time, so I'm good with that. You know, marrying her 4 sisters.
But no, it's true, though, right?
Some
like,
ass. That's so funny. I spend a lot of time with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny because it's true. I mean, and even people that it's funny because I've had this thought too, even in my late 20s. It's like, man, I'm too old to be doing that shit.
Yeah.
I can't start over.
That's how I was.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like mid to late 20s. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want when you want. There's
Yeah.
nothing stopping. The only thing that's stopping you is you. That's it.
How bad do you want it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How bad do you want to change?
Yep.
And a lot of
Yeah,
people...
if you're truly honest with yourself, I'm telling you, man, the universe or God or whoever will absolutely reward you.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had this conversation with Tino this morning, and I told him something that I'm not going to get into this because people think I'm fucking nuts. But we talked about something, and then something happened, you know, the next morning that's like...
That's pretty cool.
There's no reason for it happening.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't have fucking happened, you know.
Yeah.
I know that was probably not a story even to bring up on podcast because it's like there was no ending. It's like,
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, I mean, you just gotta, I don't know, man. You gotta be positive. You gotta cut that negativity out of your life, and that's another reason why I'm just not engaging with, these people on Twitter anymore. You know, it's just that's such a cancerous
it's
motherfucking
nonsense.
platform, man.
Yeah. It's
You know?
nonsense.
Yeah, it is nonsense. It is
Yeah.
nonsense. You know, but it is what it is. But, you know, again, back to that whole reset vlog thing, and then we'll get into some other stuff here. I just kind of want to finish that thought. Fuck, that kind of reminds me. Am I turning into that guy that can't finish a thought?
I don't know, man. You're getting old.
Anyways, so what I want to do is take you like step by step all the way from literally the conception of thought to picking out the houses, then flying down there on a seek and destroy type of mission. Go check out these houses, check internet connections, check out the things you need to check out. Fly back, go to the bank, boom, buy it.
Yeah.
Head back down, packing, moving back down, and the traveling and stuff that's all kind of surrounds that, right? So, no, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited for you to get in a better place too because you've been cranky the last couple of weeks, man. I think you realize that you need to move out. You're like where I was. You know what I mean?
Well, as soon as you have that thought,
Yeah.
like that's what it is. Like
Totally.
you have that thought. Christ's sake, Callie, go lie down. Fuck me, man. These fucking dogs are driving me nuts too. But as soon as you have that thought, you know, that you have to do something, it's like I just want to do it now.
Yeah.
I need to do it now. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go now, right?
You know what's funny though? You don't realize you do it though. When you talk about where you're at now, you're totally in this other dark place. But when you start talking about Costa Rica and moving, man.
Dark place? What the fuck are you talking about?
What's that?
Dark place.
No,
you just say I'm in a fucking dark place?
No, you
Get
know
your
what I'm
fucking
talking
head out of
about.
your cunt, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not a dark place like crazy. I'm just saying, fucking the winter, there's nothing to do, that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, obviously that just like really bothered me. Anyways. See the shit I gotta fucking deal with, guys?
See, whatever.
Dark fucking place.
I
want to move. Like
that's
fuck,
what I'm
like,
saying. What I was getting to was when you talk about where you're at, you're like, just whatever. You're just kind of like whatever. But when you talk about Costa Rica, man, your mood changes. You're like, oh my God, you get so creative in all the things that you want to do. You know what I mean?
There's lots of guy can do down there. And I've just had enough of being up here because there's not much to do. And like I've explained to Tino before, it's not about like a lack of imagination or a lack of creativity or anything like that. There really isn't anything to do here. I live in a really small town. I enjoy living in a small town, but you got to remember the scenery too. It's a lot of farmland. It's a lot of, fuck, you're in the middle of nowhere, man.
And it's the winter, man. I mean, I spent winters.
And it's the winter.
It sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the winter sucks here. Actually, it's funny. I should say this winter for the area I live in has been fucking beautiful.
Yeah?
It's been absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I mean, our worst day, and it was only for like a day or two, was 28 below Celsius, which is fucking retardedly cold. Don't get me wrong. But normally it's like that for, 2-week stretch, and then it might warm up to like 15 below, which is still fucking retardedly cold. No, it's been just below freezing point.
Yeah.
Right now it's above. It's nice. It's been a nice winter. We've got a little bit of snow, but winters, I just hate that dirty look because of the sand on the highways. We don't use salt here, right?
Yeah.
But so it's all sand. So, the shoulders on the highways get all, like dirty and everything else. Like
the gray skies, the cold wind. It's just a mixture of all that shit.
You can't go outside. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't go, like you can go sledding and stuff, but the problem is there hasn't been enough snow for that the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? You can't even do that. Like every winter I look forward to sledding. Can't go sledding without snow. There's not enough of it.
Yeah.
Right? So it really sucks. And it's just, I can think of a million different things I could do down in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
But we found out there's an area that I've always wanted to move to. It's Lake Arenal. It's a beautiful area. It's got a beautiful active volcano in the background. Beautiful. It's like a huge lake. Just gorgeous, right? So Chrissy was talking with some of the locals there yesterday or the day before. Well, she found out that I guess the bugs there are fucking atrocious, man.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like up here in Canada, we have some serious fucking bugs, man. Like they're bad. Mosquitoes, the fucking hair eaters, which are like spruce bugs, all sorts of crazy shit, right? Like it's pretty fucking bad. And the further north you go, it's even worse. I can remember counting on one hand over 30 mosquito bites on just my hand from wrist up on each hand.
Yeah.
Right? So
brutal.
Brutal. And I guess they're even worse down there. I guess the person she was talking to was like, no, don't move there. You won't do it. Because, I mean, some of the bugs down there are really fucking nasty, right?
Yeah,
Shit that'll fucking kill
gross,
you.
Man.
Yeah, man. Like, I think we were talking about this the last time, about those bullet ants.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Fuck that. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, dude, bugs, nah. I can't do it. I told you when we were in Costa Rica and we pulled over in the jungle, instantly covered with bugs. Your whole body.
Yeah.
Instantly covered.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. So we found there's 3 or 4 houses right on the ocean that we're looking to purchase. So one of those will be our home.
Well,
the first one we're going to purchase isn't going to be like an extravagant house. It's going to be really nice, but the first one, no, because I don't want to drop X amount of dollars on a house to find out a year or two from now, I kind of want to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we can always still turn it into an Airbnb and make some money off, turn it into like a rental property, which is fine. But if we do decide to live there, so after a couple years, it's like, I ain't going nowhere, right? Then we'll buy like just a fucking wild house, right? Because you can get a wild house for like $300,000.
Yes.
Like wild house, right? So I want to go down there. I just want to pay cash for the house and just be done with it. I don't want any payments. I don't want any bullshit. I just want to own the house outright, and that's it.
I'm coming down.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking right. Yeah.
I'll be your little pool boy.
Well, you'd fit in with the locals. You're already a darker shade of cardboard. Darker than cardboard.
Right now, I'm pretty white because it's winter, man. I'm like Powder, that movie Powder. I'm like that.
That was one white motherfucker, man.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I change instantly in the sun, man. I turn dark like that. If you see in the back my guitar net back there, that's as dark as I get, man. I'm dark. It's freaky. But right now, Powder all the way. Yeah.
Oh, man. Better be careful, or Modern Rock will call you a white English fuck. That racist cocksucker. Calling Calvo a white English fuck. What a racist content.
Seriously, man.
You know, if I'm telling you not to get sidetracked, it'll take 2 seconds, then I'll move on. But if I was a member in his room and I was a white guy, I'd be fucking out. Like, you're a racist motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
To call someone a white English fuck, why would you even go there?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, that's sick. He's disgusting. He's a disgusting human being. But yeah, so what else we got on the agenda today?
Well, you know, I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but we were talking about thinking positive in the morning, and you said you went to bed last night with this amazing thought and something.
Oh, no, I'm not getting into that. But.
No, but something cool happened this morning, but proves your point exactly. We were talking about it this morning about why P&Ls are a joke. You want to just get into that?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Like, I've always had a problem with people posting their P&Ls. P&L don't mean shit. Some people get that, and some people don't. Some people say, well, but that's how it's all about transparency. It's all about transparency.
Yeah.
You can't be a trader without transparency. Tim Sykes does it. Right?
Yeah.
Guys, listen. If you're following somebody else's P&L, and I'm going to get to the point, and I'm going to prove this point, that it doesn't mean anything. Just because it's a green trade or it's a big P&L, tens of thousands of dollars, it doesn't mean it was a good, solid trade. It's deceptive. One doesn't correlate to another. There's no bond there. Mm-hmm. A green trade doesn't necessarily mean a good trade. And some people will say, well, isn't that the point of trading in the stock market, is to make money? Well, obviously, fucking dipshit, but there's good trades and there's bad trades, right? It's about your mentality. If you've got that mentality that all green trades are good trades, you're never going to make it, man. I'll see you on the 90%er list, pal, right? Mm-hmm. So a perfect example of this is I use Interactive Brokers. I love Interactive Brokers. Executions are great. Commissions are good. They're great for what we do. Executions are fast. It's great. But their platform, it's a robust platform. You can do a lot with it. But for a day trader, there's, you can get used to it. Don't get me wrong. But I execute through DAS. Okay? Now, Interactive Brokers, you can link up with DAS. So DAS is the same as Speed Trader and Sure Trader and fucking, I don't know, whatever other trader is that's out there. It's great. And anyways, so Friday I was in the SPY and I was in NVIDIA, okay? Now, on Fridays, I have a tendency to trade next week's options, okay? I don't trade that expiry day. Good thing I didn't, or I'd probably be on the hook for a lot of fucking money because the positions did not close, okay? Now, when I went to cover up at about 10 minutes to the bell. I usually don't go too much closer than that. Unless I'm, pretty confident in a wash, and I'll just let it really wash out, especially with SPY options. SPY options, you can trade up to 15 minutes after, so it's okay, right? But I had a way bigger position, and I woke up, and it's funny because I'm such a fucking idiot. I didn't put 2 and 2 together over the weekend. I got a couple emails from Interactive Brokers. And it said that they're like option expiry notices. But sometimes I get all sorts of emails from fucking Interactive Brokers. I don't really pay attention to them, right? So I wake up this morning and I fire up my platform. And I'm down a shitload because it just fired up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm down like 7K, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then I fired up my Interactive Brokers, right? So I fire that up because that's the end-all be-all. What it says there is what it is. So I take a look. Sure enough, there's 2 open positions. There's a NVIDIA, my NVIDIA puts, and my SPY puts. So for those of you that don't know about options, when you buy puts, you're expecting it to go down, the stock to go down. So with the big gap down this morning, I was like, not the end of the world. I guess it's a good thing. Okay? So now let's fast forward a little closer to the bell. Let me go to the charts. So I'm watching it in here, right? In the morning. And then all of a sudden this happens.
Yeah. You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Man.
Tell me about it.
Crazy.
Because that's one of the problems with options is you can't get out pre-market. And I don't like being in something that I don't have control over, especially if I didn't want to be there in the first place. Okay? So what happened with NVIDIA is they have earnings coming out next week, and they lowered their guidance. That's bad, especially in this market. Okay? It instantly freaked out. This was from my entry. Okay? So we're talking entry, not the strike price, but my entry right up at this double top. Okay, you can see this double top end of day. Down to lows of pre-market. That is 25 points, 25 and a half points. That is almost 16% on the equity. On the equity. I had the 160 puts. So I bought pretty well almost in the money put options on that day. Okay. So I ended up making about 13 grand on this trade. See, when I went to close the trade out on Friday, right towards the end of the day, I had already covered some on this dip, and then I was still making some money here. I went to cover up about, I don't remember what time it was. No longer than 10 minutes before the bell, and no closer than 5. It must not have filled my entire position. Okay? So I still had only 7 contracts left. I paid just under almost $5 per. Okay? Wasn't a big position. So I need to put this into context for you. Okay? So position sizes on options, you don't really need a lot. Okay? So I had 7, so that's $500 per contract, right? So that ends up being only a $3,500 position, meaning the most I put in and the most I could ever lose is $3,500. Okay? I made $13,000 on this trade. Completely by fluke. All right? Was this a good trade? No, not at all. It's a horrible trade. I didn't want to be in this trade at all. Okay? So then I was also in SPY. Now, I got in right in this area, double top area again. Okay? Now, I had the 266s? I believe I had the 266s or the 266.50s. I'd have to fire up the platform. I don't remember now. So, anyways, covered up some, covered up on washes, and then held the rest. And I went to cover. I still had quite a few. And I know it paid me out because my P&L went up at the end of the day right at the end when I started covering some. But I still held 30 contracts. I had 30 contracts of the SPY, okay? So this, from, my entry down to pre-market lows, You know, we're looking at almost 3.5 points on the SPY. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And so as soon as the market opened, I got out. Now, I could have held and I could have made another, you know, probably in total between the two positions. I walked away with $17,301. I could have held and made another at least $5,000 between the two, maybe more. Like, the premiums probably would have went crazy, right? But what do you do? It was a fluke. It was a bad trade. It wasn't anything to be proud of. And that, my friends, right there is why P&L don't mean shit. Yeah. $17,000 trade, and it doesn't mean anything. Does that dictate that it was a good trade? No, it fucking doesn't. It doesn't mean that it was a good trade. It was a bad trade. I didn't want to be in that trade. I don't hold shit over the weekends. I'm not a fucking gambler unless it's a swing trade. And, you know. Guys, when you follow somebody just for their P&L, you really show the level that you're at. Okay? Stop thinking like a fucking newbie. Get your shit together and focus on your own shit.
Yeah, why do you care what they're making? What does that have to do with you? You know? Has nothing to do with you.
Nothing. Means nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. It's amateur hour. You're an amateur. You're an amateur. Why the fuck do you need... What does it matter? Right?
How does that help you? You know? If anything, it'll probably make you pissed. Well, I want to make that money. Why can't I make that money? And then you start going in big. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And you're not emotionally ready for it. Right?
Right.
You know? So, you know, on this trade, you know, that was the smallest position I have had to make that much money.
Yeah.
That's a small position, guys. Guys, that's a small position. And I made over $17,000. That's insane. Especially to wake up and completely unexpected. You fall out of bed, you know, you fucking jump in the shower, you brush your teeth, you shave, you get your fucking shit together. You go downstairs, you fire up the computers, you go over, you make a coffee, you come sit back down, you fire up your fucking brokerage platform, and what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, guys. P&L don't mean shit. Quit following these guys that post their P&L every day. What does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't fucking matter. And the fuck off with this transparency bullshit. Oh, they're transparent.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Guys, the best traders I know don't post their P&Ls. Just because somebody doesn't post their P&L doesn't mean they're not legit. So I got pissed off at all these fucking clowns, man. And I ended up posting that on Twitter. So if you guys, and it's not just from one platform, it's from both platforms. Right? Like, I'm so sick of people wanting and craving this P&L. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, fucking grow up.
Yeah.
Worry about your own shit. Right?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's funny, you got guys out there, you know, this fucking guy, he constantly goes on about, oh, you know, don't trust anyone that doesn't post his P&L. But he doesn't post his P&L. And then when you call him on it, he says, well, my partner blah, blah, blah does. What?
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean? What does that mean, man? That's so crazy. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes.
Yeah.
It really does. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Because your boyfriend does?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
The whole P&L thing is nothing but a subscriber grab, guys. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, when people say, I'm going to start posting my P&L to be accountable, yeah, on the small scale, that's fine. But after a while, your P&L doesn't even mean anything really to you as a professional trader. It's just another day at the office. Mm-hmm. Right? The only thing that was exciting about this wasn't the number on that P&L. That's a fairly, it's not anything special. But the reason why it was exciting is because I woke up and I fell out of bed and I fell into fucking, almost 20 grand.
Yeah.
For waking up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But that's what I really wanted to get across to you guys in this episode is, man, P&L don't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. It really, 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 really doesn't. My dogs are driving me nuts right now, dude. They're fucking driving me crazy.
I don't hear them. What are they doing?
Oh, just pacing. She needs help, but she can wait. She'll live.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. So we got a lot of really big things coming up. We just launched TrickTrades War Room, Volume 1 Technicals. And what this is the best of the best of the mentoring one-on-one sessions that I do. So it'll give you a taste of how I really solve problems. And I'm good at it. I'm good at solving people's problems. And I can turn their trading around. So for people that don't like to get involved in a chat room, and because a lot of people don't understand, like, TrickTrades isn't necessarily a chat room. That's what all these other guys are selling. They're selling a chat room. We're not. The chat room and screen share and stuff, that's all it's just a bonus. We're an education service, period.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of putting together War Room from all your videos, and let me tell you something. The education in that first video, Technicals, Volume 1, is amazing. That's stuff that you're never going to learn in college. You're never going to learn in another chat room.
No, never in another. No way, man. No way. We've all seen the shit that comes out there.
Yeah, you know what? And when I was putting that together, it helped me out a lot as I was putting it together, because I was learning as I was putting it together,
Yeah.
And
there's fucking gold in there.
Yeah, there really is. And I'm not kidding you when I say this. You're going to have so many aha moments when you watch it. You really will.
Yeah.
I did.
So head to the site, guys. I know you think it's just a sales pitch. And here's another thing, too. There seems to be this certain service out there that goes on, we don't nickel and dime our members. We don't charge for DVDs. Hey, man, if you want to undervalue yourself, you go right ahead. If the reason why it's free, it's shit.
People don't respect free.
And people don't respect it. I did the whole free thing. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody did. Right? Does Harvard give away anything for free? Does Princeton? Does Yale? No.
And what do you expect when you pay that tuition to go? You're going to get the best education you can get.
Exactly. Exactly.
It comes
and
at
I also understand that a lot of people are jaded over day trading education because of Kimmy Dykes. Those DVDs they're garbage, man. Come on, guys.
I've ever seen. I wish I could get that part of that.
And the hours and hours and hours and hours. He doesn't tell you once how to take an entry. Not once. Show me. Show me where he does.
It's horrible.
Okay? It's horrible. So people get pissed off about spending $6, $7, $8 on his garbage, and then it's like, oh, well, another trading DVD. No, guys, they're not regular trading DVDs at all. This is Ivy League education.
It's above that because it's not just. It says technicals, but there's some psychology in that runs in tandem with those technicals that you need to be aware of.
That's how I teach. It's more psychology than anything.
But there's beautiful technical lessons in there, like stuff you're not going to learn anywhere else. And I'm not just saying that because it's you. It's solid education.
It is.
The kind you're not going to find anywhere else, And,
Not to sound like a jerk off, but when it comes to technicals and chart reading, nobody can touch me.
Yeah, you're like a savant, man. It's weird.
That's all I've ever focused on. I don't focus on fucking tape and level 2. Hey, there's a place for it. I totally get it. But you need to focus on one thing and become a fucking pro at it. And when it comes to chart reading and level risking and support and resistance, not lines.
Yeah.
but support and resistance and levels. That's it, guys. I'm the shit. And I know that sounds like I'm a total fucking jerk off, but it's the God's honest truth, man. It really is.
There's some golden lessons on support and resistance in War Room Technicals.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So. You know. And it's also the way I teach too. Like, it's so crystal clear. You know? Not some guy rambling and can't finish a thought and good God, you look like you're chewing your fucking face off, man. Like,
He's
you
on
all right?
Molly.
Like, are you all right, man? Like, you don't look too good.
He ate about 5 disco biscuits before he started talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, man. Guy can't even look at the camera or even... He always looks at the floor. You can tell he's ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm gonna get someone to profile him. Like a professional profiler, someone that works for like the FBI, a private contractor, and I'm going to pay for that. And you guys are going to see exactly what I've been talking about, man. Like, this guy is off. He's off.
Yeah.
He's off. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, man, it's great stuff, guys. It really, really is. It really is.
There's a lot more of that coming, man. A lot more.
So, you know, for it's what, January 28th? 2019. So for the first week, if you use War Room 15, all one, got to get the plug in, right? War Room 15, 15% off. I'll do that for the first week, and then after that, no way. Because this shit's fucking gold.
Yeah.
It's gold. Gold, baby. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, it's been a really good start to the week. And that's, like I said, at the beginning of the episode where I was talking about Chipotle and the reason why I didn't take it. So, it's about self-discipline. When something happens unexpected, you are going to be at a heightened emotional state. You may not realize it, but you need to know subconsciously that you are. And you need to protect yourself. You're not going to see things clearly. You will think that you are seeing things clearly. I promise you, you are not. Shut it down. And that's what I did. That's why I didn't take any other trades today. There were so many fucking amazing setups. Man, I called the NVIDIA long after.
Yeah.
I called that long right at the bottom. I called Tesla. Fucking one candle off the bottom. And then I squeezed. You know?
Yeah.
Multiple other calls. See, Chipopes! Come on, shit. That was great. Tons of calls. Didn't take a thing. And some people say, oh, well, you know, you're just not seizing the moment. And, you know, like, no, fuck off. You don't know shit. I'm not listening to you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's called discipline, motherfucker. That's what's going to keep me in the game forever. 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, I'll still be doing this shit. While you and your homeboys will be all washed up, flipping burgers or blowing fucking men on the side of the highway.
Not that there's anything
at truck
wrong
stops.
With
that. No,
You
there's
know?
nothing wrong with blowing guys at a truck stop.
Yeah, if that's what you're into, hey, more power to you. And if you
No,
can
it's
make money at
it's-
it, hey, good for you.
completely
That's called
normal.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's completely normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, after this episode, fuck, I'm going to go blow a dude at the truck stop.
Well, well, that wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Not going to be the last.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got a full dance card, man. I'm booked. So.
Yeah, with your own fucking truck stop boyfriends.
Yeah.
Okay, motherfuckers.
Well, what do we got? Yeah, it's about that time. Real quick, what are you looking at for this week?
Well, let's take a look here. Why don't we do that? Just give me 2 seconds. Let me pull up today's watch list and go through some tickers. You guys want to see some tickers? Let's see some tickers. Okay, so let me switch back to the desktop here. No, sorry, this wasn't today's. This is last Tuesday's. So let's... Oh, Callie, shut it. Driving me nuts, man. Usually I have Chrissy to take care of the dogs. You know, DGAS is actually pretty interesting here. I don't necessarily recommend trading this. I'm not too big on ETFs, or, well, this is an ETN, very same difference. But I'll tell you what, breaks these highs, she's going here. And if it goes here, it's going to go to here And then from here, it's going to come to here. So if it breaks these highs, you could definitely grab that long. I called this day. This was a good day. I know it pulled back that day, but I mean, right there, that was 11 points or so. So that was a good day. That's why it was on the watch list, right?
Yeah.
Twitter could be interesting. Twitter actually held. I thought it was going to sell off today. It didn't. It's going to be market dependent, but if it breaks these highs, it'll test Friday's highs. Baba is actually pretty interesting. That could break out. You know, Amazon, I don't know. It's holding this support. You keep seeing how it gets sucked up right here, right at 16.12-ish.
Earnings are this week.
Yeah, we do have some earnings coming up, so you'll have to check all those. AMD, big failure, and then I might actually watch NVIDIA, but I need it to test these highs. I'll need it to test and then reject. Yeah. So, you know, but I'm mainly going to be taking a look at the SPY. I love trading the SPY. You know, definitely be watching this. I think this'll start coming down. It's starting to prove some weakness here, and it may try and get bought up and stuff, but I do think that this is it. We'll see what happens, but you know, But yeah, that's basically what I'm watching coming into this week. You know, just the usual suspects. That's what I'm watching. So, but you got anything else, Tino?
No, buddy. I think you covered it. You're all good.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, guys, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. And, you know, catch us on the next episode. Man, 36. We're on episode 36. That's wild, man.
Yeah, isn't it?
Crazy. Yeah, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But, okay, folks, have a good one. And
thanks,
hey, Tino.
guys.
Hey, Tino.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Go to your boyfriend at a truck stop, would you? Take a disco.
I'm going to
eat a disco biscuit and go see your boyfriend.
Oh, you know that's what he does, dude. You know that's what he does. Shit. Okay, folks, have a good one.
Okay,
Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Adios, folks.